in my other live video from today. I'm working on restoring that. So if you all know how to do that, my fellow YouTubers or tech whizzes of YouTube, just let me know. But on to the next point. I know that was a great message that I was able to deliver earlier today, and so I'm back at it. I was encouraged, and nothing beats a try. So we're gonna get back at it today. This evening, we're gonna speak on how you need real friends. Real friends. Not the ones that's just gonna tell you what's good. Not the ones that's gonna make you feel good and not tell you the truth. But you need real friends. And keep in mind that when I say you need real friends, some of the friends are going to be offended. Some of them are going to become iffy. They're going to feel their way because they feel like, oh, well, you my friend, so you shouldn't hurt my feelings, or you're my friend, so I'm expecting a different response. You have to be a friend that's going to be honest and true, even when it hurts. The thing is, you can tell somebody the truth and it's going to hurt their feelings. They may not want to talk to you for a little second, or they might cut you off. But after they get out of being offended, or after they start feeling their way, they're going to appreciate your honesty and dignity and truthfulness. See, that's the thing. See, nobody wants to hear the truth. But we give so many people, time and conversation, but nobody wants to tell the truth or be honest about the situation. It's like we're afraid to speak on the real deal. We're afraid of what that friend is going to think, or we're afraid of losing people. But if you being honest and you being real and you keeping it a buck, and hey, if you outline everything, it's the truth and nothing but the truth, that's on them. If they can't accept the truth, it's not your job to necessarily pat them on the back. They have to take accountability. If your friend is not taking accountability, that's step number one. Most of the time, taking accountability for things you've done, or just being honest about a situation and not really caring if that produces a loss. With friends, you can chit chat and talk or gossip, but are they going to be honest with you? Are they going to be real with you? Or are they going to, hey, say, hey, now, that wasn't right, or hey, you could have went about this a different way? Are they going to be transparent with you? Because I really don't want people around me who not going to make me grow, or make me channel another part of my mind, or that won't allow me to take accountability. I want a friend that's going to tell me right from wrong, or hey, sis, you could have did this a little better. We need real friends. Oftentimes in this process, when you keeping it honest and real, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. They want you to pat them on the back for what they did, or say, oh yeah, that's cool. You was mad, or yeah, she said this to you, so yeah, you said that to her. But I want a friend that's going to keep it real with me. I want a friend that's going to be 100 with me. I want a friend that's going to be honest and hold me accountable. Even if I think I did the right thing, I want a friend that's going to say, hey, now, T, that ain't right. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. But I want friends around me that are going to be truthful and fruitful to my growth and development, and make me stand 10 toes down in anything that I do, right from wrong. And they're going to let me know and tell me, hey, you're wrong. Be honest. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Thank you for joining, everyone. Just tuning in. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. I'm just spinning a few gems right now. Hey, Miss Emma. Hey, how you doing? Good evening, everybody. Talking about how you need real friends. Friends that are going to, look into you, check in on you, be real with you. Hey, Joe. Hey, I'm doing good. I can't complain, of course. Just spreading this positivity and getting a little bit of motivation out there. So I'm glad that you all are giving me a chance, Miss Emma. I'm so glad you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I don't know anyone by the name of King. I think those are spam comments. Y'all know I'm going to learn how to block the spam out, but I pray that you are joining in for a great word. Just a little second. But you will lose some people because some people don't want to hear the truth. You're going to feel a little odd sometimes when you're placed in a position to keep it real with someone that don't want to hear the truth. You on the phone, you listening to this person feed into a certain situation, and not to be the judge of anything, but it's like, dang, won't they just see what I see? In those moments, I would want someone to be authentic, and I would want someone to be true and honest and say, hey girl, hey, you should have did that. You know, I want people in my corner that's going to support and be honest, critique me. I'm not afraid of criticism. Give me constructive criticism. Allow me to grow and develop into a better person. See, an image is one thing. You can be in a picture with all your friends and it's a million of y'all. But how many are going to keep it honest and true with you? And you could bet on it. Hey, I know for sure this person is going to be open and honest with me. Hey, I know for sure this person is going to back me up when I'm right. I know this person is going to pray for me and pray with me and be in the same boat as far as getting closer to God. You need friends that are going to push you to that next level. You need people. Yes, we are. We're living in our last days. You gotta, like they say, keep the enemies closer. You gotta know who you're dealing with. And sometimes just because you friends with 2 or 3 people don't mean you need to be friends with the 4th or 5th. Sometimes you don't need to go to that gathering. It's a reason they didn't call you to say, hey, hang out with me or join me. Thank you so much for that. I'm trying, Joe. I'm trying. I appreciate you. Greatly appreciate it. God bless you. As we're living in our last days, like Joe said, hey, you just got to keep an eye on people and things. And like I say, I always speak so heavy on this, just asking God for discernment. You know, like I was reading that comment, you all. Sorry about that. But yeah, like we have to start being real. Life is so short and things are happening so heavy. I want people in my corner that's going to keep it honest with me. Hey, an image is one thing, but when you lonely because you really don't have nobody, that means you don't have no friends. You're praying to God, you're asking God for discernment, but sometimes you need real people in your corner that's going to tell you right from wrong, baby. They're going to tell you right from wrong. They're going to let you know when you was wrong. Tell you that you need to expand your mind and expand your opportunity and go a different route. They're going to tell you, hey, let's try something different. That ain't working, sis. They're going to hit you up and ask, what's your business perspective? What's your position on a venture that they're wanting to take on? They're going to open your mind and ask you questions to better develop you. And then it'll have your mind jogging. And it'll have your mind preparing to kind of walk behind them as far as inspiration. And that's all you need. And conversation is important. The company you keep is very important. Is this person just talking about their issues? Or are they saying, hey, how's your YouTube going? How's your business going? How's life going? Is this person really concerned about you? Or are they just filling in time because they have no one else to reach out to or talk to? What's your view on that? What's your view on that? Because I can sit here and say all day, hey, we friends. But deep down, you have to analyze, is that person really your friend? And people get offended sometimes. And I'll be speaking casually like I am to you all. And I know the word acquaintance is a heavy word. But respectfully, in my mind, humbly speaking, I'm going to categorize you based off of our relationship or our friendship. Because I wouldn't want you to lie to me. I wouldn't want you to just say, oh, yeah, that's my friend. We good. And we really not. Amen. Accepting Jesus is a beautiful thing. Accepting Jesus is a beautiful thing to guide you and keep you and just humble, submission to him. That's a beautiful thing. Because some people don't have anyone, and all you can do is call on God. But that's why I say, even earlier in my life, and I hate that I deleted it. It was a good one too, you all. But I was speaking on how life is inevitable and life is going to happen regardless. You know, that's what I was speaking on. And how you can't change what's happening in the world, but you can make sure that you don't make the same mistakes, or make sure that you don't go down the same path. You can kind of make sure that those things don't happen to you. And it's not even really about money, because you got a lot of people with some money, and you might look at them and say, I wonder how. No judgment, but I'm just saying, you see people every day, even celebrities, they got all this money, but their mind is just so broken and so torn and just off. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just doing whatever the culture say to do, doing whatever the world say to do, rapping whatever the world vibing to. You got to be strong enough to get out of that. Keep people around you that will encourage you. Keep those ones around you that'll call on you or text you every now and then to check in. Keep the ones around you that really want your best interest, even if you all don't speak every day. Those are the people that you want to have around you. And you can't serve God and money. That is so true. It's the root of evil. You know, people say money will solve problems, but really the problem can be you. Money don't solve every problem. Money can, spiritually speaking, you can't compare spirit to money. You know, one is tangible and one is intangible. It's your mindset that takes you to the next level. It's your development and your beliefs and your closeness of how you portray to the world. And it's not even really about being so caught up on, I care what people think about me. But you should want to know and be concerned about how people see you. See, I'm not saying, you know, change your ways and go out tomorrow and just be somebody totally different. You stay true to you. But when you step in a room and you open up conversations and people tune in to you, they listening to your mind. They listening to your mind. And when your mind ain't together, how many of us be in conversations, and no disrespect to anyone, but you will start talking to somebody, and then 5 minutes later, you like, dang, I should have never really spoke. Be cautious of who and what is around you and what you're listening to. I'm from the Midwest, y'all. Midwest. Yeah, not too far from Chicago. But, you know, overall, you know, you just have to have real people in your corner. People that are going to encourage you. Oh, cool, cool. That's the place I would like to visit, Ohio. But you have to be cautious, you all. You know, hey, you kind of know when stuff is knocking at your door telling you to let it go, or telling you to remove yourself from that situation or that person that's honestly not serving you any purpose. And I don't mean it by having a handout and just wanting stuff from everybody you come across, but the conversation, what's going on in their life, can fester into yours. Their advice on their relationships or endeavors or at their job, that can make you lose yours. How they feel may not be how you feel. Your position or situation will never be the same as someone else's. So I want somebody and people around me that are real, authentic people. You can definitely email me that, and we'll speak about it, Joe. That's not a problem. You know, the email is in my bio. Let me know what's going on, and I'm more than happy to tune in and, you know, give a segment or give advice. That's never a problem. That's what I'm here for. If I can help one person, that's my purpose. That's my purpose. I appreciate that, and for you entrusting in me, I appreciate that. But yeah, y'all, you know, we just got to be mindful here. You know, we can't keep playing tag with our life. We can't keep playing with fire and matches with our life. We have to start being proactive. We have to start being go-getters and going out and channeling our, you know, mind and our soul and where we're positioned at. You know, nothing in life is constant but change and change. Oh, I'm 50. Oh, I'm 30. Oh, I'm 80. You can still learn something new tomorrow. And just because they've been in your circle since day one, you have to remember. No problem, Joe. I'm here. Notifications are on. My email is in the bio. No problem. I'm here to help, even if it's just one person. And thank you all for tuning in, clicking on this live, listening in, even if it's for a split second. I appreciate you all. Make sure you comment. More than happy to share some details with you all in these upcoming days. Just let me know what you all are needing. I'm here because I'm trying to get myself together in the process. And that's the beauty of it. You all are helping me help me. So, just going back to what I was saying, comments, emails are more than welcome. I'm more than happy to assist anyone. But, yeah, it's just like, I was just thinking, like, sometimes you got to go through that call log, because I don't know if many people got phone books anymore. But sometimes you got to go through that call log and scratch off some names. I had a friend, I'm going to be honest with you all, I knew her since kindergarten. And it was so crazy because I used to say, oh, 10 years, 15 years. I used to be hurt. I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I knew this person for 10 years, 15 years. When I call, they don't answer, but they always reach out when it's a problem. And Lord, please allow me to use this as encouragement before I continue speaking. But, I used to be in my feelings, dang, I'd have known this girl for so long. We grew up together. You know what I'm saying? First time we caught a bus together. First time we went skating was together. And, hey, you fast forward to now, and if I call, it's like a ghost town. Months go by. Time go by. You feeling sorry for that person because I had a pure heart, and all along that person, is not really interested in what you're talking about, and that's okay. We got our own lives and problems. But the fact that I considered that person a friend, and come to find out, even with the years later and the memories later, that person is not a friend. And my family used to tell me, she's not a friend, she's not a friend. Why would she do that? Why would she say that if she really cared and loved for you and was praying for you? She would call just to check in and see how you doing. And then I had to kind of put it on a piece of paper like, yeah, right. Ask for discernment when anyone displays or says something of advice. But most of the time, the people who really care about you and the people that are close to you, slim to none, they ain't going to tell you nothing wrong. Now, they don't know the outcome of every situation, but they can give you probably some of the best insight if they're praying for your well-being and they really want to see, your mind and tell you and see you grow. They're going to be honest with you. Amen, Joe. Amen. But, and I mean, it would hurt me, you all. I mean, we talking, I would call several times a week and try to go visit and text. And when I tell you it was a ghost town, and I had to reevaluate myself. Well, why do I feel the need to depend on this person so much? Why do I feel the need to have to, check in on this person because I'm concerned about their well-being? Whole time, hey, it could have been an emergency or anything. They didn't call to check in on me. Weeks and weeks go by. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. And we have to be open and honest with ourselves. You need good friends. Like my grandma used to say, if you got one good friend in life, one true real friend in life, that's all right. You ain't got to have a bar photo with 50 people in the picture to feel like, you that person or somebody cares for you. If you have one good friend in life, that's a blessing. First and foremost, God. Ask him is that the friend that you should have as a friend. For real. Sometimes you got to do that soul work. Sometimes you got to ask in a moment, is this a person that I should even, conversate with? Or is this a person that I should even, try to have a relationship with, friendship with, Are they really telling me what I feel is one of the best things of my interest, or are they just talking based off their experiences? Because sometimes people will make their experiences your experiences. And they'll try to make you feel how they feel. Or they'll say, oh no, girl, this is your problem. Whole time they talking about based off their situation, and no two situations can be the same. So you need real friends, people that are going to motivate you. They're going to push you to the next level. They're going to tell you the truth even when they're hurt. They want your best interest. They want your genuine time. Events they showing up. They're not missing too much. You know, they checking in when needed and necessary. They're supporting you through all your endeavors. We need real friends. And if someone is not serving you purpose, don't be afraid to cut them off. That's gonna hurt worse. If you stick around and waste more time and years, it's gonna hurt you worse. Then you're gonna be saying, oh, it's been 10 years. I thought they were a friend. I helped them when they needed it. I gave them good advice. I showed up to every event. You know, when they crossed my mind, I gave them a call to check in. And the whole time that person not even worried about half of what you thinking in your head. Matter of fact, they're not even answering for you to speak to them so you can get some things off your mind. You need real friends. That motivation, that push, that honest truth. Where they're going to give you constructive criticism. And they're going to tell you when you're wrong. And they're going to let you know, hey, you could have did this a little better. You could have did that a little better now. Nobody is perfect, so I'm not saying be counselor of the year. Even the advice that you may get, it may not be the best, or the advice they may give you may not be the best at all times. But at least they tried. At least they tried. At least they tried. You know, so it's just like, you know, it's definitely, you know, just important that we surround ourselves with positive people. It's important, you all. It's important. You know, surround yourself with people that are going to be there for you through all life endeavors, and surround yourself with positive people who are going to look out for you and emotionally protect you and defend you when you need them. If you holding the phone and it's nonsense, it's not enriching your mind. It's not taking you anywhere. It's lost time that you can never get back. I'd rather ask for discernment and be like, hey, you know what? Like I said, that 10-year friendship, 15-year friendship that I thought was such the best friendship that turned out to be nothing. I was the one reaching out. I was the one sending money. I was the one visiting. Nobody ever called me. And it's not about being selfish, but sometimes you have to be spiritually selfish. You don't want anything to tarnish your name. You don't want anything to tarnish your character. You don't want people around you that's going to persuade you to do wrong, even though you know right from wrong. I don't want nobody hyping me up when I'm dead wrong. I don't want nobody saying, yeah, go ahead, when deep in my heart I know I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I look a little silly doing something. Let me know that, hey, that wasn't a good look. Support me in my endeavors. Show up when the time is needed if you can. Be there as emotional support. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. True friends. You know, not just a name to say, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of friends. We want real, genuine people in our corner. Real, solid people that are going to hold you up. Real ones that are going to tell you when you're wrong. People that are going to support you when it's time to show up. You want people of meaning in your life. You want people of encouragement in your life. You want people that's going to push you to that next level. They're going to support you. They're going to sponsor you. Hey, whatever they could do in their power, respectfully, they're going to do it because they genuinely care about your well-being and where you're going in life. Yeah, I gotta know. And it's just that it's an important thing to, just ensure that we have a good circle around us. Life is too short. Life is too short. Life is too short to be just wasting time on people or things that do not serve you. You want a life of purpose. You want a life of investment. You want to be able to say, hey, I did a few things in my life for me. Because we always take care of everybody else, even if we're called to do that. Parenthood, we have a job to attend. We have a job to do. We have family to tend to. But when you realize that you need real support, and you need that real team that's going to bat for you when it's needed, and they're going to let you know when you're wrong, even when you think you're right. And they're not afraid to hurt your feelings. They're not afraid to tell you the truth. They're not afraid to let you know what's really going on. Those are the people that you need in your life. Not just an outfit, not just a person that could dress nice and sing well. You want people in your life of meaning. People in your life of purpose. People who are really and genuinely concerned about you. You want people in your life that's going to check in on you. People in your life that's going to do the same that you would do for them. Real friends. You need real friends in your life. Real connections in your life. Solid people that's going to be there for you and encourage you. No matter what. Stop wasting moments and time on people that serve no purpose. It hurts now, but it'll hurt way more later. Channel it now. Wipe your slate now. Be true to yourself. Because when you in a room and you look around, even if it's 2 or 3 people that's there, as they should be, those are some of the people you need to count on. Not the ones who just want to post pictures and be on the Instagram post and connect with you when there's somebody involved. You want people that's going to show up when you're broke. You want people that's going to show up when you ain't got too much but your faith in God. You want people that's going to show up before you make it, before you hit that line of success. You want genuine people around you. People who love and care about you and that are going to encourage you. That's who you want in your life. You should aim to be the best part of you. The best version of you. You should aim to fix whatever is hindering you. You have to have a mindset that's pivoting towards better good. Greatness. You deserve that. You deserve to be treated. You're royalty, like royalty. You should be treated like royalty. What you do for yourself, the people in your circle, to a degree, should be willing to do those things for you. Respectfully, the positive benefit. It has to be a positive benefit. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, mission, like I say. Mind, body, mission. Your mind, your body, and your mission. What's your purpose? You need people around you that's going to match your purpose. You need people around you that are going to help you out, or that can give you the resources to help you out. Like they often say, hey, if you want to start a business, or you want to become a realtor, or if you want to start anything, they say get around people who do those things. 90% of the time you hear somebody talking about their endeavors and what they want to do next in life, respectfully, they say, hey, go look into this club of people. Go look into this meeting that they're having on Saturday. Go to this workshop. These are people who have multi-million-dollar businesses. It's the connections. It ain't all about money. It's the connections. You can meet one person that'll change your life. And you never know if you're not actively trying to get mentors and people in your life that are going to look out for you and show you some of the ropes. It still ain't going to be easy. But the insight that you get from connections and building people, or building connections, that's the best thing you could get out of it. That's the best thing. So I'm going to let y'all go real quick. But yeah, just want to hop on here and share this with you all. You need real friends. You need people that are going to help you, and vice versa. You need real people in your life that are going to invest in you, your mind, not even just financial. They're going to tell you when you're wrong. They're going to go in the wilderness with you when you don't know what you're doing. Hey, let's give this a try. They're going to be willing to go to bat for you. They're going to be willing to hop in with you. You need real friends. The ones that's willing to support you. The ones that are willing to do for you. The ones that are honest and true. And hey, even if it hurts your feelings, they're going to let you know, hey, you was wrong. Hey, you could have did that a little better. But I'm going to let you all go. It was a joy being on this live. Of course, like, subscribe. Tell me something good in the comments. This will be uploaded in a second so you can rewind it back. And hey, I'm coming back with another one sooner than sooner.